When we started homeschooling, I had a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and the alphabet was something that we were really trying to focus on. Well, if you go on Pinterest, you can find so many alphabet activities, and what I really loved was the alphabet crafts, and we put together a notebook full of the alphabet crafts, one for every letter. So I'm going to share a little bit about what this is, and I'm also going to show you all the crafts that we did that year. Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is Simply Learning Together, where I share all kinds of things about our homeschool. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're kind of focusing on those preschool years, learning the alphabet. A few years ago when we started, and I had a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, I wanted something simple, one that would help my 5-year-old learn how to write her letters while my 3-year-old could just be learning her letters. And this was a great way for us to do something together because I love anytime we can do something together. So we decided to do crafts for each letter. Now I focused on one a week. I don't know if I would recommend that or if that's the best way to do it, but this is what we did. We focused on one letter a week, and then on the back I had some, these are old, I had a practice page that I had found that my oldest could practice writing her letters. Now, I personally don't think that you need something on the back. I think you could just use the blank paper. If you wanted to, you could do multiple pages. You can kind of make this how you want. But this video is more to show you the variety of crafts that you can do. Now, all of the crafts that I chose were things that I knew I had the supplies in my house. So your basic craft supplies, your construction paper, maybe your yarn, your pipe cleaners, your googly eyes, things like that. Having just those basic supplies made it easy for me to do almost all of these with everything that I had ready to go. A couple of notes I want to add to this. I did have my 5-year-old at the time. She was writing, so I did have her write the whole sentence. A is for apple. With my 3-year-old, she was never really writing or doing anything. She was just participating in the craft. I will also say that I mentioned you could put something on the back, and I'm going to tell you this, we only did that for a few letters, and then we simplified. We cut it out. The craft was enough. The games we were playing, the puzzles we were doing, I didn't want the extra busy work. So that's me telling you, if that seems like something your child would do, totally add it in. For us, we added it and then it faded out. Okay, did you see what letter was missing? It cracks me up because now that I've been homeschooling for 3 full years, we're about to start our 4th year, I can totally see why I'm missing the very last letter. I obviously was in this we need to be done phase and totally skipped the last letter Z. So what a goofball of me. Our alphabet notebook goes from A to Y. So unfortunately, I do not have a Z craft for you, but I bet you I can link you one that would be simple and follow this style just right. The last thing I want to mention is I have a 3-year-old this coming year. And, you know, that's when I did it with my other 3-year-old, my second daughter, when she was 3. And I'm going to tell you, I actually don't have plans to do it again. Not because I think it's a bad thing, but because it doesn't fit our family style right now. I have 4 young children, 8 and under, and to sit and do a craft with just one of my children is a little bit tricky. I would much rather read books with her. So just because you see this doesn't mean that you have to do it or that it's the right thing to do for a 3-year-old. Remember, do what works best for your family. At the time we did this, I had 2 girls right around the same age and a little baby. So it was easy for us to focus on this and put our time and effort towards it. Now, with 4 young children and teaching a variety of subjects, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So my plans for my 3-year-old this year are very laid back. She will mostly be learning by association and by tagging along with all the things we're doing together. You can definitely take this notebook as far as you want. I know for some of those weeks, we actually did like a themed unit. I remember if you saw I was for ice, we did a lot of ice activities, and I even took the kids ice skating. When we did V is for volcano, we studied volcanoes all week. We did science experiments and read books and did all kinds of things together. So you can really make it related to your stuff, or you can just kind of throw it in there. So if you do decide to do this, have fun with it. I would love to see it. If you're on social media, you can take pictures and tag me. I'll leave a link to my account here below. This is such a good way to play with letters, to throw in a simple craft, to not really have to get so many supplies. And it's just one of those things I can't throw away. I just love that we have it. I love that I'm going to be able to pull this out. Kind of makes me wish maybe I would do it with my 3-year-old, but I'm going to go with my gut and not add in extra things. She'll have her own things as well, which she does. She has a little toddler notebook. Check it out. I will put a link to that in the description below. So, seasons change, and you got to change things in your homeschool. It's a gift, really. And so I think that's kind of me talking to myself right now as I'm thinking, Whatever you decide, if you do this, I hope it's a fun activity for you and your kiddos.